first two in TJ's era have been really interesting, and they got a good offensive team. We know what you guys do. Just what do you expect out of the crowd, let alone everything else?
I expect it to be kind of like my first year. Being on the court my first year, I think my ears popped in the middle of the game just because of how loud it was in the arena. So I'm expecting it to be pretty close to that.
Yeah, I'm excited. I was supposed to come on a visit for that game, but I was sick, so I had to watch that one at home. But I just remember hearing about it in the atmosphere. So it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Tamin, you obviously grew up in Ames. I know you said you grew up coming to camps here. I imagine you grew up watching a lot of Iowa State basketball. Not trying to get you to say anything that'll get you in trouble, but growing up, what were your emotions for this rivalry and towards Iowa basketball, I guess, as someone who presumably grew up an Iowa State fan?
Yeah, everyone in the state of Iowa is either on that side or this side, and it's obviously one of the biggest rivalries in college sports, I would say. So there's a lot of passion that goes into it on both sides, and just a lot of competitiveness and just wanting to win more than that other team. So, yeah, I don't really got much more to say. It's going to be one of the best games of the year. I'll say that.
Tamin, being an Ames kid, is there almost like an extra fire for this game, especially since it will be your first Cy-Hawk game at Hilton?
There definitely will be. Just coming back to this after what happened last year, playing down there, and now being able to be at Hilton is going to be a big difference, in just wanting to play better than how we performed last year's game. So we got that on our shoulders. So just taking that as a little extra hit to a little extra motivation for this game this year, and obviously growing up watching all the rivalries every year, just the teams go at it is a lot of fun.
Rob, in that first matchup that you guys won, it was really your guys' amazing defense against their high-powered offense. What's kind of changed since then, and what is it going to take to be able to repeat that?
I think since then, the rules of the NCAA basketball have changed, so we defend a little bit differently. Still going to bring that physicality, that forcefulness, the dictation that we brought the first year here. But I'd say our offense got a little bit better as well, so we'll look to move the ball a lot more and get in the paint and score at will, as opposed to just relying on our defense.
You just talked about those rules changes for both of you. How has that impacted the way you guys play? Because you see, I mean, obviously they did it for a reason, but in what specific ways do you have to be just a little bit different, a little bit more cognizant of how they're calling things?
I'd say first and foremost is the block charge rule. You got to be set, both feet got to be planted, and you can't move your body at all before the offensive player's last foot touches the ground. So on that play,
it's their first foot.
First foot?
Yeah.
Even
Like
harder. So that's probably the biggest change right there.
Yeah, I'd say, I mean, we probably have, one or two charges, I think, this year. And the first game last year, we had like 4. So that makes a big difference for us as a team defensively, just adjusting to that. So it's definitely been a huge difference. But just doing other things that we can still do, ball pressure and just creating turnovers and other ways is stuff that we've relied on still. So,
Tamin, you said you were sick and you were supposed to be on a visit. What were you able to watch the game, or were you so sick you were just like sleeping?
I think I might have had the flu or something, because I wasn't feeling well at all, and I slept through the first half and woke up for the second half. I remember that. So it was good to see the score at the second half. I was happy, yeah.
To go back to the rule changes briefly here, how much does it change the way you play defense with the block charge? Like, did you guys practice getting set the way you needed to get set, or is it just, hey, like, get to a spot and defend as best as you can? Like, how much did your mindset change because of the rule differences?
I'd say first and foremost, like, we used to guard the ball to force it downhill into a charge. Now it's more guard the ball, keep it in front, and keep it out of the paint. On top of that, there's also a higher priority of jump wallet at the rim as opposed to trying to take a charge at the rim, just trying to jump, be vertical, and not fall down. So anytime you really fall to the floor, the ref's most likely going to call it a block. So we just tried to get a mindset of jumping up, staying vertical, and keeping our hands behind our ears to make sure we get good contest without fouling.
Just to quickly follow up, is the game more enjoyable to play? Because I've seen a lot of fans talk about how much more enjoyable it is to watch with the more flow and, not as many stoppages.
No, I like the Chargers. They're helpful.
I say coming off last year, I liked how we played. I liked how we were able to create a lot of turnovers by taking charges. But obviously on the offensive end, it's nicer for us because we don't get called for charges as much, so we can attack more freely.
Tamin, you've been kind of hovering around that triple-double number for a couple times this year. You obviously got against DePaul. What does it kind of mean for you to be one of the only players in Iowa State history to be able to eclipse those kind of numbers?
I had no clue how many people had gotten it or anything till after when they said I think I'm the 7th. So that's really cool to hear, and hopefully I'll get more because that's just what I'm trying to do is just do whatever I can to help our team. If that's get 10 rebounds, if it's get 5, if it's get 5 points, whatever it is, that's what I'm trying to do. So filling up the stat sheet just comes with winning, and winning is most important.
Did you wave any of your teammates off at all at that last rebound with, I don't know what it was, 90 seconds left?
No, I didn't. I was thinking about it, but I was like, if it happens, it'll happen. And I was able to tip that last one away from Keyshawn, so got it.